TRT World's Turkey analyst Yusuf Erim and assistant researcher Ozan Ahmet Cetin join me now in the studio. I've got two of TRT World's best. Let's start with you, Yusuf. Just tell us a bit more about Iran's reaction, because it is a major regional player here.
Iran's reaction was very surprising, telling Turkey to halt its operations. Iran and Turkey have enjoyed a very good relationship over the last 2 years with Astana talks, with the Sochi talks. And Iran is a country that has had problems with the Kurds in Iraq. So the operation that they undertook, the Iranian militia undertook in Iraq against the KRG and the Peshmerga, is actually very, very similar in makeup to what's going on right now with Turkey and the YPG. So Iran should be a country that should be able to sympathize with Turkey.
Which makes its response more interesting.
It is very, very interesting, because it's actually a move by Turkey that serves Iran's national interests as well.
Ozan, I want to bring you in. What are Turkey's main goals here? It's talked about establishing a secure border and liberating those living in these areas, but just kind of expand a little bit more on it for us.
Basically, I guess Turkey's security concerns are twofold, and the first one of them is the security concerns of Turkey, and second is humanitarian. The security concerns of Turkey can be summarized as this. Turkey categorically denies the establishment of a terror corridor across its borders. And it is also important to bring up that the Afrin is a very strategic location to prevent this terror corridor from creation, because Afrin is a strategic location which was used by the PKK to smuggle weapons and also terrorists inside Turkey. And it was revealed that many of the perpetrators of terror attacks in Turkey were smuggled through Afrin.
That's one of the big issues which I think does need to be discussed, is the issue of the PKK, the YPG being an extension of the PKK and therefore a terrorist group. But the US doesn't see it that way, does it?
Yes. I mean, US doesn't see it this way, but let's put it into context. PKK has been operational in Turkey since the 80s, and it has declared a war against Turkey in 1984. It has caused more than 40,000 lives in Turkey, and PYD is established in 2003 upon the order of imprisoned PKK leader Abdullah Öcalan. And the YPG is the armed wing of the PYD. They all see Öcalan as their leader, and they all use the same terrorist pool.
And it's on some level, Turkey's allies must understand that, because they've all said, we know Turkey has legitimate security concerns. Yusuf, what are you hearing from your sources from how the operation is going actually on the ground?
Well, I just talked to a retired Air Force general, and he was telling me that he's very pleased the way the operation is unfolding right now. He was telling me that he's very proud of his boys for their precision and targeting during airstrikes, that they've been very careful not to hit civilian targets. But he also told me that it's too early for a ground attack, that he believes that Turkish troops should be held off for another week or so, and supply lines to the YPG should be cut off where their munition and food stocks, after they've been depleted, there should be a ground operation going forward.
Ozan, the SDF, or YPG, has been talking about redeploying reinforcements to Afrin to help the YPG fight Turkish troops. Where is that support coming from? Where does the YPG get its support from? We know it's US-backed, but right now, where is it getting its help?
Well, it must be said that, according to most reports, the YPG has received more than 4,000, around 5,000 trucks of heavy weapons from the US. This includes heavy machine guns, anti-tank, and allegedly anti-aircraft weapons. So
it's still going to have all of that weaponry, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, we are going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. That's Yusuf Erim and Ozan Ahmet Cetin, both from TRT World.